Is Logan, and I'm your host, the Mighty Pirate. I will be discussing the lore of the Battletech Mechwarrior universe in a series of short 5 to 10 minute videos. My sources will be both the tabletop game manuals, as well as the various video games and novels in an effort to bring everyone to the same page regardless of how you came across this content. So what is Mechwarrior? What is Battletech? What is a mech? To answer these questions simply, Battletech is the universe in which all this lore is set in. Mechwarrior is a commonly used name for game titles, and a mech is a 10-meter tall, multi-ton war machine. So the Battletech universe is rich with lore, but to set the tone I'll be using an excerpt from the Battletech Universe Guide. For almost 1,000 years, humans have journeyed into the far reaches of space, colonizing thousands of worlds, forming star-spanning alliances. From these grew 5 star empires that make up the Inner Sphere. The Inner Sphere was rife with diversion as the ruling dynasties warred constantly over colony worlds with valuable resources. These titanic struggles led to the development of battle mechs, giant humanoid battle machines bristling with lethal weapons. From the 25th century onward, these walking tanks ruled the battlefields. So most of this universe is based around the Inner Sphere, and the Inner Sphere is made up of the Great Houses. Each of these great houses has the military and economic strength to keep the other empires in a constant state of struggle. The great houses are known as House Kurta, also known as the Draconis Combine; House Davin, also known as the Federated Sons; House Leo, also known as the Capellan Confederation; House Steiner, also known as the Lyrian Alliance; House Merrick, also known as the Free Worlds League. This doesn't even begin to cover all the factions, but they are some of the factions that last the entire timeline, and they're a good foundation for the understanding of the rest of the Battletech universe. At a later time, I will be doing individual videos for each of these factions. However, to conclude this video, I will be giving a very brief timeline of the Battletech universe, starting in the year 2020 and leading into the foundation of the Star League in 2570. The Battletech universe is a future setting of our own, and begins on Earth in the year 2020. To set the tone, here's another quote from the Universe Guide by Catalyst Games. Among the ancient nations of Terra, the dissolution of traditional alliances in the 20th century and 21st centuries created an era of unprecedented peace and cooperation, in which all human societies turned their energies towards the advancement of the human race. By 2020, the groundbreaking research of 2 scientists, Thomas Kearney and Takeyoshi Fushida, led to the development of the fusion reactor capable of powering a starship. In 2027, the Alliance starship Columbia, powered by the first Kearney-Fushida fusion engine, made its historic journey to Mars. With that brief voyage, man's migration from Terra began. In less than 100 years, the Terran Alliance ship Pathfinder uses the Kearney-Fushida drive system to make the first hyperspatial jump. For the first time, humans are able to travel almost instantaneously from the Sol system to the Tau Set system. Massive interstellar colonization begins. During this time, Earth's dominion across the stars is confirmed over hundreds of worlds. For the most part, this is a peaceful time for mankind. However, this era is ended with the Outer Reaches Rebellion, marking the end of the first Exodus, as the Terran Alliance completely withdrew from its colonies, leaving a power vacuum. With the power vacuum, the newly founded planets looked inward for support, and in the year 2271 the Treaty of Merrick is signed, signaling the foundation of the Free Worlds League and declaring its independence from Terra. The League is the first of the Great Houses. Each will ultimately control hundreds of worlds. Within a century, 4 other planetary alliances will also declare their independence from Terra and the Terran government. The newly founded empires go to war in 2398 as the Capellan Confederation and the Free Worlds League go to open war over territorial disputes, setting off a chain reaction that engulfs the entire Inner Sphere. In an effort to stop the violence, House leaders meet to form the Ares Conventions, yielding that weapons of mass destruction were no longer to be used on any world. However, this legalized warfare, as no party would police the actions of the others. So, where the weapons of mass destruction kept all the major factions at a pseudo-Cold War for fear of annihilation, open conflict is now commonplace on hundreds of worlds that were unlucky enough to fall on the disputed borders. As this era of warfare continued, new technologies were developed, and in the year 2439, Terran scientists unveiled the first battle mech, forever changing warfare. Battle mechs demonstrated exceptional mobility and adaptability to diverse environments as compared to their conventional armored vehicles. Along with their ability to mount a full array of conventional and energy weapons, the Battlemech becomes the undisputed king of the battlefield with its superior technology. Within 30 years, however, each of the great houses have stolen Terran scientists' schematics in one way or another to build their own weapons of war. Warfare would continue to escalate till Ian Cameron becomes the Director General of the Terran Alliance in 2549. After getting this role, he begins negotiations to stop a number of conflicts across hundreds of worlds. By the year 2556, Ian convinces the Free Worlds League as well as the Capellan Confederation to sign the Treaty of Geneva. This famous document laid the groundwork for the formation of the Star League, the glorious interstellar alliance that all too briefly ended wars and advanced the welfare of all humanity. By 2569, the other houses joined the Star League as well. With this, Ian Cameron achieved his dream of uniting virtually all of humanity under one ruler. Led by this enlightened Cameron dynasty, the Star League gave its citizens peace and prosperity for over 200 years. This will be all the time I have for this video. Please check in the future as I will be adding more videos. Thanks for watching.